Y'all know I don't do commentary, but today I got something to say. I'm calling this segment Flip the Script because we're going to talk a little bit about journalism. The way that we report our stories impacts the way that we see the world, and I'm reflecting a lot on this because today is the day the Electoral College votes in America, and there's been so much debate and consternation about this election. But that's not the only reason why I'm feeling reflective today. I'm really stuck on this story that happens overseas. A journalist was murdered this weekend. He was executed in Iran. He was Iranian. He hadn't lived there for years. He actually was based in France. He recently traveled to Iraq where he was kidnapped, taken back to Iran and put on trial. And essentially his crime, according to those in power, was that he was highlighting and stoking, they said, civil unrest. He was covering protests that happened in recent years in Iran that were really challenging those in power. He was talking about what people were saying, where these protests were taking place. And the people in power did not like that, and they killed him. His father was able to see him before he died, but he couldn't tell his son that he was going to be executed by hanging the next day. That happened this past weekend. So back here at home, we're watching this next chapter in our election process, and I'm really noticing the news coverage in two different camps. You have journalists and commentators on one side talking about those who are challenging the results of the election of 2020, who have questions, as dangerous to America. Then you have those on the other side, journalists and commentators, who are saying those who are willing to accept the results of the election, who don't have any question, they're describing them as dangerous to America. But isn't the sharing of opinion a celebration of America? Isn't a diversity of opinion part of a free society? We often fear debate. It's uncomfortable, it's annoying, and especially this year, it's become intolerable at times on all sorts of different topics. But it's freedom. It's an expression that we really take for granted, this freedom. The reason why you can get fired up and annoyed about somebody else's opinion is because you can hear it. You can hear it here. That doesn't happen everywhere. One of the things I've learned as a journalist is the more fervent the debate, the better the anecdote for the danger that both sides perceive. You need more of it, not less of it. What's happening right now is that there's those in the media that are dismissing thought. They're labeling it, they're censoring it, they're pushing it to the sides, they're marginalizing those with different opinions. And that's actually creating a less free society, not protecting the nation in a way that they think they're on a crusade to do. That's actually not what journalism is about. Debate needs solid foundation. In order to have that fruitful, productive debate, we need a solid foundation. We need to know what's going on in the world. That's why Smarter News exists. Bit by bit, brick by brick, we're trying to build you a foundation of just what's happening and why it matters so that you can form your own opinion, so that you can be fully free, but you have a good footing underneath you. Both things are really important. Both things are important. Perspective is something that I got today. No matter how frustrated I get about comments or criticisms, about censorship, I get fired up about that. No matter all of that, I don't fear execution. It's the freedom I experience, that I get to experience, that brings with it those undercurrents. And I can handle that. So can you. So let's flip the script, right? Instead of getting mad at an opinion, what if we celebrated it? What if we acknowledged it? Remember, acknowledgement is not an endorsement. We said that a while ago, right? Acknowledgement is not an endorsement. So flip the script. If you want to react to an opinion, go ahead and have that reaction, but then sit back and think, freedom. You're witnessing freedom in motion, something that doesn't happen everywhere. How lucky are we that we get to be free? Flip the script.